know the difference between a loop and a bite? A bite doesn't cross. It's just like this. Line's parallel, that's a bite. If it crosses, loop. So when it comes to tying knots with your cordage and stuff, you got your working end, which is your cut end, and then the rest of the line we're going to call our standing end. What's up, internet? Curran1776 here with another Vidja. So we sent a tarp last month, and I got a lot of DMs and I got a lot of messages and a few emails from people that were really interested in seeing more knots. But these are knots that I use. It's quick, it's easy to put up and easy to take down, and it works really, really well. So if you struggle with knots and it looks like a bird's nest when you're done tying your knots, things aren't staying tight, give this a shot and I'm sure it's going to help you out. All right, so the bowline, we got our working end here. We're going to create a loop. I'm going to go in. Around the tree. Rabbit goes around the tree, back through the loop. Bowline. All right, so we're gonna take this bowline. We'll put it in our mouth. And I don't know, we're gonna wrap around this tree right about here a couple times. We'll go through my bowline. I'm just going to put a hitch there. All right, so we'll start with that, see how that gets us. And then of course, when you pull the hammock, all this is going to bunch up to your hammock. And depending on the distance that your trees are apart, you're going to have to possibly adjust this. I'm going to tie the bowline again. So this is from my other side. I'm trying to keep the hammock off the ground as much as possible. Bowline. And the bowline is nice for this because it's not going, this circle here, this loop isn't going to constrict down. It's going to maintain that shape when we put tension on it. So let's go to the other side. I'm going to go around the tree a couple times. Ooh. Drop that down a little bit. All right, so there's the hammock thus far. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how I set up my Ridgeline real quick. Here I have my Ridgeline. All right, so my Ridgeline, I've got a loop here tied. Of course, my working end, I've got it thrown out there, and I've got a little stick that I'm gonna use as a toggle. So I'm gonna go around the tree, create a bite, or just stick your fingers through and grab the working end. Create your bite, put your toggle through the bite, tighten it to the loop. So all you're doing is creating a tension with a bite through that loop. That way when you're ready to go, all you got to do is pull your toggle out and it comes off. All right, so through, create a bite, loop, toggle, boom. And then we go to the other side. Okie dokie, we on the other side now. So, get to the other side, here's my tree. I'm gonna make trucker's hitch. I like using trucker's hitches. Trucker's hitches, sounds funny. But I like doing the trucker's hitch. There's other knots you can do on this side, but I like the trucker's hitch. I can get it as tight as I want and it doesn't go anywhere. So to do that, put your hand over the line, create a loop, right? Because my line is crossing. If I do this, I'm creating a loop, right? Grab your working end. Technically, you're making a bite. Pull it through some and go towards your tree. go towards where you're gonna pull. If you do the same thing and you go away from where you're pulling from, when you go in it and you start to pull, the loop is gonna collapse and tighten down into a knot. So this is the best part about it. When I'm done, just snatch it and it comes loose. Make a loop, reach through, make a bite, go towards where you're pulling. And that's what we created right there, all right? So now, you go around the tree. I can go through my loop, all right? Now, I can pull and get this ridgeline banjo tight, if that's what I want. So I tighten it. Now I'm going to pinch all the lines. Didn't say lions, I said lines. That's Southern for lines. I got it pulled, right? I got 1, 2, 3, counting this loop. I'm going to pinch it here. I'm going to create a loop. You gotta pinch it tight. All right, I'm gonna create a loop over, or technically that's a bite over, grab my line. So that's kind of the whole like gist of this video so far. Bites, loops, pull throughs, right? Lay it over, reach through, grab it, pull it away from the tree, and boom. Boing, banjo tight. Now if you want, you can tie just a half hitch security loop there. It's not necessary. It's not going anywhere as long as you don't yank on this. So to get it down, you yank on the working end, it pops through. You yank on it again, the trucker's hitch knot disappears. You go over there, you pull your toggle, you're done. So like this Southern Survival tarp that we just sent through's got grommets, and then it's got these loops right here. So how do I connect that to my ridgeline? Well, there's a knot called a Prusik knot, okay? I like to use bank line for this because it's small and easy to manage. So you just need a little bit, just create a bite, double it up, and you can cut off your excess right here. So basically I've got a 16-inch piece of bank line. All I'm gonna do is put my 2 tag ends together and just do a simple knot. There we go. So a simple knot. Now I've got a loop, essentially, right? So this is how you tie a Prusik knot. So on your ridge line here, you wanna lay your knot or your line over the top about halfway, and you're simply just gonna keep looping the knot end over. I like to do 3 or 4 times. And try to keep your knots, your loops, as neat as possible. And then all you're gonna do is pull that in. As you can see, it creates that, and then bunch them together. So now what essentially we've done is we've created a way we can run this up and down our ridge line to attach to our tarp. But when we put tension on it, it will not move down the line in either direction. Okay, so we can simply take our tarp here, do it a couple ways. You could run through your loop or run through your grommet. I'm gonna run through the grommet. So just pass that. It's another reason I like to use bank line. It'll pass through smaller areas easier. Run it through there. And then just take a piece of wood, stick, to call it a toggle, pass that through. I'm just going to put another Prusik knot on this side, just like that. Grab my tarp. I'm going to do this one through the loop just for demonstration. So I'm going to go through the loop on this side and put a toggle in. So now I can pull this tarp tight. And as you can see, the tarp is tight across the ridgeline. So I figured I'd show you guys a quick reminder of the Barline spike hitch, okay? I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna make a loop, fold it over, I'm gonna run it, fold it over the line again, so now I got my loop over the line. Pull the line through, like so. So loop, loop over the line, pull the line through. Run your stake through there, pull your two lines away from each other, and that's the Barline spike hitch. So the second knot I'm going to show you is called the Clove Hitch. I use Clove Hitches a lot. It works great. It's a really fast and simple knot to tie. It is relatively strong. It can slip a little bit, but there's a way around that I'll show you. And it unties really easily too. So you can use the Clove Hitch to strap to a horizontal bar or a vertical bar. I find myself doing it a lot with horizontal bars, posts, boat cleats, things like that. So I'm going to take the tag end of your cordage. We're going to go over this bar, under, across over it. So I'm crossing back over, going under again, and then I'm coming through this loop that I made when I'm crossing it. And then you want the tag end to go away from your main line. It's like this. So as you can see, it creates a cross here and binds onto itself, onto its tag end. So you got this here, then crossing over. And it's relatively strong. As you see, it slips a little bit. There's an easy fix for that. Just do a simple stopper knot here and it won't pass through, okay? This is a really, really quick and easy knot, and you know, depending on, of course, what cordage you're using, it may slip a little bit more than others, but it's a relatively strong knot, and it's good to use, you know, if you want to make a handle or anything like that, you can use the Clove Hitch. And again, it's simple to untie. Just grab where the cross is, lift up, voila. And this is a Whoopi Sling. And what's cool about a Whoopi Sling is, not only is the name funny, but it is a buried suspension device, which means it's kind of like a Chinese finger trap. The line goes inside of itself here, and I can adjust my hang by just pulling here to shorten the Whoopi Sling, or I can come back here and pull it out to lengthen the Whoopi Sling, and then it's like a finger trap, so it won't pull once it tightens on itself. So really cool suspension system. I like it because it gives me tons of adjustability. All right, so now I've got my Whoopi Sling attached to a toggle from a strap to the tree and attached to my continuous loop. So what I like about the Whoopi Sling is, now when I want to adjust my height, I don't have to untie knots, I don't have to retie knots, I don't have to do any of that. All I have to do is come right here where this tag is sticking out, pinch right here, because this tag is running down the center of this cordage right here, this am steel. So when there's pressure on it, it tightens up like a Chinese finger trap. But if I want to bring my hammock up here, all I gotta do is pinch here, grab my tag in, and pull it up. And then at the same time, if I want it to go down, I find where it goes in the middle, I pinch right there, I can pull it down and lower it down. What's up, Internet? Kern 1776 here with another quick video for you. I want to teach you guys, or show you guys, if you don't already know, how to tie a straight lash. So a straight lash can be used for many different things. One thing you can use it for is fixing tent poles. If you got a tent pole that's split, an axe handle that's starting to split, it's meant to lash things, tighten things back down together. I'm going to use the straight lash to make me a set of hooks that I can use over the campfire. I can hang my pot here and hang this from another branch that I'll stick in the ground so I can hang a pot over the fire. So I cut these so they'll fit together, and I'm gonna use a straight lash right here. And here's how you do a straight lash. Yeehaw. So if you don't ever want to make a set of hooks like this, just pretend this is an axe handle or a hammer handle or the broom got a split starting in it. This is how you can lash it. All right, so the first thing you're gonna want to do, obviously, is have some cordage. I got some bank line here. You're gonna create a bite and lay that bite down like this. Then you're gonna take your long end of your cordage, you're gonna start wrapping nice and even like that, all the way up to almost the end of this loop, but not quite. Just like that right there. So just neatly ran it up close to the loop. There's my loop. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the end that we were wrapping and just run it through the loop and hold it right there. And then now you grab your original end and you just pull, and it's going to pull that other tag end into the lashing there. And there you have it. So now all you got to do, trim your ends off, and that is the straight lash. Very strong, because once you pull that tag end back through, it really tightens this up. So there you go, the straight lash. Great for bushcraft or fixing things at home if you got a pole that needs to be fixed, splitting. Take down, just as easy. Grab your tarp, pull it, get a little slack in it. You can slide the Prusik Knot down, take your toggle out, and getting the Prusik Knot off, you just grab that loop on the back and pull it, and it comes right off. Goodbye toggle, goodbye tarp, grab that loop, pull it off. Now with this end, if you did a half hitch for safety, take that loose. All you got to do is grab your tag end and pull that through. Just like that. Pull that out your knot. The loop you made, it's going to be a little hard sometimes. Just give it a snap, comes right off. So far we don't have any knots left on our paracord. Then this one here is just as simple as taking your tag in, pulling it, and you're done. So now you just hank up your paracord, roll up your tarp, you're done. You don't have any knots, any frustrations or anything putting up and taking down your ridgeline. Yeehaw. So I hope you guys found this video informative. If you already know how to tie knots, great. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you can teach me something. Let me know down in the comments. If you've never seen this before, go outside and give it a shot. Take your kids with you because they need to learn how to tie knots too, right? No more bird's nest. No more knots that you can't get out. Yeehaw. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I appreciate you watching. It's getting hot. As you can see, I'm sweating. I'm gonna go inside now. So be sure to like and comment down below and share with your friends, and I'll see you next week with another video.